Hello, everybody. My name is Kyra Delifka. I am one of your gold consultants here. And today I have Lindsay with me. Lindsay is a new agent, and we are going to be setting up her Google business page for her business today. We're going to be walking you through exactly how to do that so you can set it up on your own as well. So very first thing you need to do is go to business.google.com. Okay, that's business.google.com. That is where we are right now. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and sign into Lindsay's account. So Lindsay, if you could click sign in for me. When you go and sign in, I can see Lindsay's already signed in, but you should see that L at the top right-hand corner. If you have multiple Google accounts, multiple Gmail accounts, make sure that whatever one you are logged into is going to be the one that you want associated with your business page, okay? So I highly recommend you use whatever email you are using for your business. If you want to double check that it's correct, you would click that where you see for Lindsay the purple circle with the L in it at the top right hand corner. You know, she can hover over it and see which email it's associated with. Lindsay, is this the one you want to set your business page up with today?
Yes.
Okay, so she's good to go. If it's not, you would just click on that circle and make sure it's the right account. So first off, we're going to do is put in the business name. This is going to be the name that shows up on Google search. So go ahead and put that in for us. Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and click on that and then we'll click continue, okay? So everyone should have a name for their business. We all get to operate as independent travel agents, so we have the freedom to choose the name that we want for our business. So when we go to business type, we're gonna select service business, okay? We are providing a service for our customers. We do not have an online store. We do not have a brick and mortar storefront. So service business is gonna be the one that we select, and you can scroll down and click next. Now we have business category. For here, we're going to type travel agency, and you'll see it's going to start popping up with options. We're going to go with travel agency and click next. Where do you serve your customers? Okay, so you see this is optional, but I do highly recommend that you start adding some things in here. You can add quite a few. I'm not exactly sure how many, but when you're looking at your location, I would always put your city that you reside in as one of the ones. Even if you live in a small city, it still is going to help you out. So I always say the city that you reside in, where you know your main essentially office, quote unquote, is, and any major cities or other small cities that are around you. So you want to kind of encompass your greater metropolitan area and put a couple of those cities there. You can see you can select a state as well. That's really great thing to do. It looks like Lindsay's in Idaho. She's got a couple things in there. I'll give her a second to see if there's anything else she wants to add, but you want to just create an area around you of big cities and small cities. Okay, if that's good, we can click next. Yeah, it's good to add quite a few. So this is a good idea, guys. You see there's 7 right there. That seems like a good place to start. Okay, so what contact details do you want to show to customers? So you want to put a phone number here. You want to either use your personal cell phone number, or if you don't want to provide your personal cell phone number, you want to use a Google Voice number, okay? Google Voice, it's a service provided by Google. It is at no cost to you, and it works well with your existing phone number. So you can still receive your Google Voice calls on your personal cell phone number. It'll just be coming from the Google Voice number. If you are interested in that, I recommend just Googling Google Voice, and it will pop up there for that phone number if you want to. Otherwise, you're going to use your personal cell phone number. So Lindsay, can you go ahead and put whatever number that you use with your business in there? Okay, and then website is optional. So you can put your Evolution website here. If you have gone and created your own website, you can put it there as well. It is optional, but I highly recommend that you put a website in. whether when you're signing up or later on. Lindsay, did you want to put your website in right now?
Don't remember it off the top of my head, the evolution one.
Okay, so we can come back and add this later. That's no problem at all. So we'll go ahead and go next. Okay, let's see here. Get discovered by people in your area, respond to reviews, and manage your business details across Google. Get alerts and tips about ways to manage your store with Google. So this is just a way for them to connect to you. You're authorizing them to send emails to you. I don't think it really matters one way or the other if you check it or not.
I should have checked it.
Okay, so next up is to put your mailing address in, okay? Can you scroll down, Lindsay? You see it's gonna ask for your country, your street address, and all of that information, okay? You do have to provide this in order to list your business, but you'll see that there is a way to hide this information from people on Google. So while you have to provide it, you can make it private, and I highly recommend that you make it private. The last thing you want is a client showing up at your home address, right? But we do need to provide it. I want to be mindful of Lindsay's personal information. So we are going to pause the video for just a moment so that she can put that in, and we'll be right back with you guys. Okay, guys, we're back. Lindsay filled in her address. She clicked that next button at the bottom, and now we are here at the verification page. Okay, this is what comes next. This is so that they can verify your phone number is actually a real phone number. Okay, part of this process is that Google doesn't want to list an invalid business on their website, right? They want every business there to be a legitimate and real business. So here we go. You're going to either choose call or text so that they can verify your number. And it should come through pretty quickly. I know we're all pretty familiar with these verification processes. Lots of websites are doing this. So once you get that text message or call, you're going to go ahead and plug in that number and click verify. Okay, looks like we're all good to go. We'll click next. Okay, business hours. So you're going to be able to put business hours on your business listing for Google. The one thing I will say is that when someone is Googling for a business, maybe they're Googling travel agent near me. If your business is currently closed at whatever time they are searching, you will not pop up first, okay? So if you want to pop up towards the top, just be mindful that people may be searching at 9 p.m. at night. So it is really up to you what business hours you set, but I do want to make sure that you understand that open businesses always show up at the top of the list. Think about it. When you're searching for a restaurant for dinner, maybe they're not open at breakfast time. Maybe you're searching at 10 in the morning, right? You may not see that restaurant because it's closed. So one thing you can do is set your hours to fully open for 24 hours a day. That is perfectly okay to do that. It's probably very unlikely that you're going to get a call at midnight. I mean, most people are not really going to do that, but don't feel like you have to answer every call either. So Lindsay, you can go ahead and put hours in if you want to say like maybe 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. or if you want to leave it completely open, that is up to you. And you can see they give you a nice option to put 24 hours if you want to do that. Now, Google will email you before a holiday and they will say, hey, are you open on Thanksgiving? They may ask you, send you an email, and you can verify those hours for holidays as well, just so that you know to expect those, usually a week or 2 weeks before a holiday, they will ask you if you're going to be open so they can show all the Google search people accurate information on those days. So we'll go ahead and click next. Add messaging. Let customers message your business on Google for free, okay? This is something you can choose to do if you want to. I personally do not do this. It's just another place for me to manage emails, messages, whatnot. So I've personally chosen not to do this. But if you'd like to let your customers message you on Google, you certainly can do that. Looks like there's a nice learn more if you want to learn more about it. And I'm sure you'd be able to change this later if you do change your mind. I'm not sure that people really use this feature or not. I don't know too much about it, but it is up to you how you set this one. Okay, call history lets you see information about customers who called your business through Google. I would probably turn this on. I think it's very helpful to have this kind of data. Once your Google business page is set up, you're going to see a lot of data coming in. How many searches did you show up and how many people clicked the call button? You know, that kind of stuff. I think it's really helpful to know so you can keep track of that. So I'd recommend that you turn it on, but you don't have to. Add a business description, okay? This is very important. This is absolutely required. When you're writing a business description, you know, I would kind of start off by saying, hey, you know, write down your business name, say, you know, we are a full service travel agency. We provide travel agent services to our customers, including, you know, flights, hotels. You may want to include your niche here. You know, if you specialize in groups, maybe you want to say we specialize in groups and weddings, destination weddings. However you want to word it, but you know, people are going to be able to see this little blurb that you write. So think about how you want to word this. You can change it later, so you don't have to get it right the first time, but just keep in mind that it is kind of your way to introduce yourself to your customers.
I don't have a niche yet.
You can just put your dream vacation. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oops.
Okay, that sounds pretty good to me. We'll go ahead and click next there. Again, you should make this your own. We shouldn't all have the same description. So photos of your business, okay? If you have a logo, this is a great opportunity to kind of upload that. If you are looking for photos to put on your Google business page, one thing you can do is unsplash.com. I believe that's what it is. You can have open source photos. What that means is that you have permission to use them for commercial use. So you want to be very mindful that when you are using any photo, you should not just Google search, do Google Images and take the photo. You may not have permission to use that photo in commercial use. Okay, it might, you know, just be a photo that's there for you to look at, but maybe you can't keep it. That's fine. That's why we have Unsplash. Okay, they have tons of free images. You can search what you're looking for: travel, ocean, beach, cruise, you know, those sorts of things. You can find a lot of photos there. So I always recommend going there, finding some pretty pictures. You know, if you specialize in all-inclusives, I'd be showing pictures of the beach, right? So just think about how you're branding your business when you select your photos. You can always add more photos to your Google business page, so you don't need to load it up right now, but it is something that you can do and add to your business. These are really great. I see Lindsay's logo and a really pretty picture of some water right there. I think these are great photos to get started with, so we can go ahead and click next. Okay, so this is advertising. I don't personally know any travel agents who are using Google Ads. I don't use them. It is not something that you need to do to show up. So I would honestly skip this. Even though Google will send you offers for free advertising, it's not something that you really need to do to be successful. So I'd go ahead and skip the whole Google Ads part there. Now you can see here that Google is offering a domain to Lindsay here. You can get a domain through Google. I personally have trainings on setting up a Google website using a Google domain. It is something you can choose to do. You absolutely do not need to go pay for a domain, but you can see here through Google, the ones they're offering her are $12 a year. It's a pretty good value, but you do have to host your website. That's usually where the cost comes in, is in the hosting, not in the domain. The hosting is what makes your website show up, and the domain is simply just the address where it is found. Google Sites does host for free. That's why I like it a lot, especially for new agents who want to create a custom website. For now, we're going to go ahead and skip this, but you can always buy a domain later if you do choose to do so. Okay, so it says here you can make updates at any time. Your edits will be available once you have been verified. So we're going to go ahead and click continue here. This is just to let you know that you can edit at any time. Okay, guys, we are back. Sorry about that little space in the recording there. We had some technical difficulties to work out, but we are here a few days later to wrap up the video. So when Lindsay finished setting up her Google business profile, it did take us directly to that, but we wanted to start off by showing you how to get to that Google business profile so that you can get to it on a day-to-day basis. So we're at google.com. Lindsay is logged into her Google account that has the business profile, and we can go to those 9 dots at the top next to the letter L and go to business profile. It's the blue little storefront, and we'll go ahead and click on that. And this is going to be where you are going to go to manage your business listing on Google. So you can see here near the top, it says your business on Google. Lindsay has had some views because it has been a few days. Now, if your business is not verified, you're going to get a message that says something along the lines of you need to verify your business on Google, or your business is not showing on Google yet. When we walked you through the process, it did verify via text with Lindsay, but sometimes Google is going to send you a postcard in the mail to verify your address, which can take, 2 to 3 weeks possibly. So just make sure that whatever verification method Google wants you to use, that you are following that process. So you can see these, 10 or so boxes here, edit profile. We can click on that over there on the left, the edit profile. So if anything that you entered when you were setting up your business needs to change, you can go here. If you want to edit that description, you can see we have put in an opening date, your contact information, website, hours, service area, etc. All of that information can just be accessed from here. We can go ahead and X out of this. Some other good ones are the read reviews, okay? So when you receive a review from someone on Google, and I highly encourage that you request your clients to write you a review on Google and or Facebook after you've booked a trip, you'll see we have tested this out with a review from myself there at the bottom, and you will receive an email from Google when someone leaves you a review, okay? It's a great idea to reply to any reviews that you received. But you can see here that you can also access those reviews here. Some other things that might be key things to point out is going to be the performance tab there. The performance button, this is going to give you an idea of how many people are viewing your page on Google, right? I believe they send out emails about once a month to kind of give you some statistics on your Google business profile, but you can come here and see she hasn't had any website clicks from the profile. And keep in mind, this does take a few days to update. That's just the way that, Google and the internet works. But we did notice that it was showing some views. Can you go to the overview tab again one more time and scroll a little bit? So you can see 6 people have viewed. You can see where they've come from. Looks like mostly from Google Maps, 1 from Google Search, and the last one is on mobile. Nobody from Google Maps on desktop. So you can see the breakdown of where people are finding you as well. So we can go ahead and X this out. And that's going to be the main stuff that we have to share in this video. There's, of course, lots of other buttons here. I encourage you to go click around and check. Over on the right-hand side, you can see what the business profile looks like to Lindsay. Keep in mind, if your address is private, you may see it here, but it won't be showing to the users on Google, but you can see that that's kind of an idea of what it's going to be looking like to anybody who is finding you on Google. So thank you so much, Lindsay, for helping us walk through this. And if you guys have any questions about this process, I recommend you attend a Q&A or ask in one of our team chats. I hope this helped you set up your Google business listing, and I encourage you all to do so right after watching this video. Bye, guys.